We have a deer that is slightly higher than medium distance normally, and the buffalo that's definitely made for longer distances.
Yeah. The teams are now entering the arena.
Yes, there's we just missed Italy there, but as I said before, we have Italy. That is Alfredo Dondi in the longbow, and this is Dondi, this is Esposito in the barebow, and Seimandi with the compound. And Spain, this is David Garcia Fernandez in the barebow. We have Jose Larumbre Riarte with the longbow, and Joaquin Merida Rodriguez with the compound. And this is going to be shot exactly like the women.
Yes.
It's normally you can, or before you were able to choose from which order you shot, and you could start with the blue peg or the red peg, but so far all teams have shot with the compound archer first, and I actually thought, I think there was a decision made by the judges for this event that you have to start with the compound archer. And that is actually makes things slightly more tricky, because the compound, especially on shorter distances, is a really fast bow with the trajectory of the arrow that is quite flat, and if you make a small mistake on the distance, a few meters up and down, still makes a difference, but not nearly as much as with the longbow and the barebow. So if you were able to shoot with a barebow with the longbow first, you get a better indication of the exact distance, and that would be easier for the compound. But now you have to start by checking the range to the red peg, and that's it's a longer distance, make things a bit harder, and also that the compound is a slightly less precise indicator of distances.
Yes.
And now the judges put the pegs up, and this looks to be quite long on that small target. It's really small, 10 and 11 rings.
And the rain just started, and it
just as we said that the weather looked more better, it started to rain. So this is
and wind has accelerated,
and it started again with the wind. So this is going to be a tricky shot for Seimandi. But this is a guy who knows how to shoot, so I think that he can get this going pretty good.
It's an 11.
That's a low 11. And next up is Eric Esposito. He's the upcoming barebow star of Italy, I would say. It's they always had strong tradition in barebow. He's for sure one of the big names for the future. Good concentration there from Esposito, and I think he got that 10.
Yes, it's a 10. Now for the longbow, Dondi.
Wait to see. That's just out of the 8 ring. It's a 5.
Yes.
So 26 for Italy. That's a good start for the longbow on that distance and that small target. It's I would say you have to be pretty pleased with that shot, even if you didn't get 8.
Just hit the target. That's all they're asking for. Now Spain.
See the clock counting down there, and that's a solid 10. It's well within the 10, giving Italy a slight advantage after the compound arrow, but that can change quickly. And this is David Garcia. He's the top ranked barebow archer and up later in the gold final, so this man can handle this bow for sure. Looking very stable.
11. And it's an 11.
It's an 11, yes.
So far they're in the lead, but we'll see after the longbow.
Let me see if the longbow can seal this bag.
An
8.
An 8.
So that's a clear advantage for Spain to start with. 29-26. 3 points is in 3D is not that much, however, because it's every section of the, even if you don't count the 11 and the 10, but it's 8 and 5, and just 1 centimeter out. This means 3 points less. So I would say that's by no means a big advantage, but still, points in the scorecard is better than to don't have them, as you normally see. So it's we'll see how they handle this. Italy, I think, as soon as you are behind, you prefer if the judge decide to put the stakes on a really long as possible. Really, that's
to have a chance to catch up.
Exactly. So I think Italy's now hoping that he's going to decide to put the target on a long distance. It actually looks like it's at least long enough to make. Let's see. It's the judge decides just in this moment. He takes 2 pegs in his hand and just step somewhere around. And this is just to make the competition fair, that nobody knows beforehand where they are going to stand to shoot. It's always a risk that you see something. You have checked your references before, or it's just, or even if they don't, it's always a discussion if it was made or not. So I think this is a really good format that the judges decide just before the match where the pegs are put. And
they're gonna shoot the links, I think.
Yeah, it looks like they are shooting the links now. It's for that target. It's also a quite long distance, so this is means that things can change. It's a medium-sized animal with it's quite big 10 zone still. It's nothing's very small, but still on the distance I would estimate it to maybe it's at least well over 20. I think probably up against 30 meters, and just a bit of wind can make things hard for the compound, but still, that looked like a solid shot from Giuseppe.
Yeah, it was a 10, a high 10.
A high 10, maybe. I think it's around a walk of 10 meters, circa, from to the blue peg, and Esposito looks really concentrated when he takes that crawl. He really takes his time in the aiming. You can see that he have good control. Always a challenge in the barrel, but he have standing solid as a rock in that aim. You can really understand where he got those high scores from.
Yeah.
And now,
Longbow.
see if he can. That's
3/10. That's a really good score.
Yeah, they are making things tough for Spain. Even if they are behind, this is they stepped it up, and that was a reply.
It really was. Okay. An 8 for Spain.
8 for Spain. And it looks like the barebow, they shoot in the same order this time. It's the same team seems to shoot compound, barebow, and then longbow as the last one. So let's see what David can do. Another 8. Giving the longbow plenty of time. It's still 1 minute to go, so no hurry here. He can take his time and really focus on his shot.
And a 10.
A 10.
It's a good shot for the longbow.
Yeah, on this target you can see really see this the longbows are leading the team.
Yes.
You don't see that often. So
no.
It's
unusual for sure.
But things got tight now. It's 56-55 and pretty much a tied game now, half time. So it's we'll see what now it's getting gradually longer. It's time for the deer. It's normally put on long distances, and this means that it's a slightly bigger animal. Still quite a small 10 ring on that, and this means that if you actually can hit that 10 or even the 11, it's you can step ahead of the other team and take the lead. But it's so far really tight match. We see some replay of Garcia here really getting concentrated. You can see that he really aiming highly focused.
They're standing on a podium to get a bit higher.
Yeah,
you really have to decide on the range here because it's a
let's
thin
see if
target.
we can go live. Okay, we are back live, and the Spanish compound just shot. Can't see it in the video, but the compound archers actually are standing. I think it might be the prize podium actually they
yes.
used. That was pretty. I never saw that before.
Nope.
Normally you are not allowed to step up on the podium until you are finished, but no, actually, nah. I was looking the same, but it was almost. I thought for a minute there that they are standing on the podium to shoot. Garcia
is steady.
as focused as always. Didn't look too happy there.
No.
Let's see.
It's a 10.
Still a 10.
That's good.
I would say it's probably only Garcia that's not happy with a 10. But he knows what he can do.
Yeah. See it for the longbow.
Slightly off the line there, I think. We'll see if still an 8. Still an 8. A good hit at least, even if he didn't look too satisfied with the actual shot.
No, it's a good target for them.
So we have 11, 10, 8. That's 29 points. That's normally a really good score. And they are shooting the owl now, not the deer, as I said before. Okay, that's actually another target behind the display that we didn't see before. From our point of view, there's some. So they put a few extra targets in and probably mix them up a bit so that it's fresh targets, and no, like I said, no discussion about the distances if it's some information about that. Seimandi starts for Italy now.
It's a 10, I believe.
Close to 11, but that's a 10. Strong 10. And Esposito is the next one to try to get this one in. That looks like pretty much a perfect shot. Might have been slightly long on the distance. Have to remember here, even if they hit really good, the archers actually don't know how far it is to the target when they step up, and if they make just a small mistake, a few meters up and down, brings the arrow up or down high. And 8, it's solid shooting just as we expected. So Italy is now 3 points ahead.
So the next target will be the last in the team.
Now we actually have to wait to see what they are going to shoot. It's not like we thought here before that they are going to shoot the big buffalo as the final target in every match, I guess. So here they can choose one of the other targets also as the last one.
Yes.
So we will we have to wait and see what the judges decide. to do, and that's a new way of shooting this team round, that they put a few extra targets in. I think I never saw that before. It's
Me neither.
but it makes things more interesting, I would say, because the archers are not, they can't prepare really for what targets to shoot. They have to be open for everything and just take the situation when it occurs. So
let's see. Spain Compound is up.
yeah, I'm not totally sure from this angle which target they actually are shooting at, but it's might be the.
I think it's the ram.
Maybe.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
A high 10.
Then it's this is a challenging target. It looks really far from our point of view, at least.
Must be close to maximum distance for the archers.
Now, if you compare that to the buffalo, this is a way smaller target. I think it's pretty much half the size. So it's
at least, yeah.
To shoot that on the maximum distance, that can turn things around quite quick if you don't hit in where you want to. So we'll see what. Gotta see. Yeah, you have a 10 arrow from the compound archer to aim at and have as a reference, and that's always nice to have something to just have as a reference.
High 8.
High 8. It's a quick shot from the longbow, let's see,
and it's a 10.
Ace continue to putting the arrows in the rings.
It's a
really impressive longbow shooting now.
Really is.
And as I mentioned before in the ladies event, if you have a strong longbow archer, you have a really big advantage.
Yes.
It's can really diversify two teams from each other, even if the other two are shooting strong. It's every member have to do their job, of course, but still the longbow, it's a bigger difference between a good shot and a bad shot. I can see here that the Seimandi is looking the binoculars and trying to get the range. You see his eyes working over the grass, and really this is, even if it's long, you can't be sure that it's the maximum distance. So you have some margin with the compound, but not. It's not that long. You still have to decide what distance to put and go for it and really make a solid shot, even if you feel maybe a bit insecure about the distance. But I think here he looks quite secure, stable also in the aiming.
Yeah.
Like expected.
That's a nice shot.
Looked solid, was solid. And see if Eric can give the longbow the possibility to end the match in a relaxed way.
Another 11.
Another 11.
That's
you can see on the scores, they are not in the on the bottom right now, but it's 112 to 109 to even let's see, an 8. So it's settled there. Italy will finish on 117, and Spain with that 10 in the end, 112.
Yes.
So it's seems to be some problems with the presentation of the scores in the live feed, and we apologize for that. It's nothing we can control from our position here, but we hope that somebody in the technical delegation takes care of it. Now at least we got some graphics, but we said before that this was going to be a good match with high quality archery, and they didn't disappoint us, I would say. That was
really
some really high scores.
All
through the teams.
Yes.
That's how you win a gold medal in the European Championships, I would say. That was you can write a book and it will say "shoot like Italy" on the front.
They are. Okay.
So then we can. We are going. It's going to be the same schedule here. They are going to do the prize giving ceremony for the men's team event.
Yep.
And then we are later on heading up for the individual part of this finals. And while we wait, we can just explain some what we actually did this week here in Gothenburg. It was first of all, 3D archery is shot by 4 different divisions. It's slightly different than target and field, since we add the instinctive and longbow divisions. It's their only international championship is the world and European for European archers, at least in the World Archery Federation. It's European Championship and World Championships in 3D archery that brings longbow and instinctive divisions to the international scenes.
Yeah.
And then we have the compound. It's a bow that is identical to a target bow in World Archery. It's the same actually. That most archers in the compound division choose slightly shorter and slightly faster bows, but it's really a very target-like setup. And then we have the barebow division. It's also the same as in the World Archery Field event. It's a high-tech modern recurve bow where you are allowed to string walk and use a plunger and an adjustable rest. And what we don't see here, however, is the Olympic recurve division. That is, they shoot in the field, they shoot in the target. They are probably the Olympic division is the most known archery, but they are not shooting here, and that's can be seen as unfair. But it levels the field, since the barebow and the instinctive and longbow are not allowed in the target so far, even if I know that's a discussion at least about barebow in that that part, but still it brings a different kind of people to this kind of competitions that you normally don't see on the international scene in archery. And it also brings the possibility for longbow and instinctive archers to really focus on elite sport and have something to look forward to and shoot. So that's I think it's really nice that they opened up for longbow and instinctive in this kind of high level competition. And the difference between the bows, it's a modern recurve. Normally consists of a metal or carbon riser and high-tech limbs, the latest high-end stuff in limbs. Then in the instinctive division, it's still a recurve bow, but it's controlled by rules that you have to use a wooden riser, or at least a majority of the material in the risers has to be wood. And you can use the same high-tech limbs, but many choose to use limbs that looks more traditional. And then you have the longbow. That's a 1 or 2 piece longbow, and looking like a good old longbow, really. Nothing to say there, but it's a wooden bow, and no real limits apart from that. It has to be a longbow. And now we see the teams are stepping up on the field for the prize giving ceremony in the men's team event. And apart from Italy and Spain that we just saw, they are together with France that took the bronze medal after a really hard fight yesterday in the fortress up in Kungälv. That was a special venue and brought out some really good archery, and nice to look at, and probably nice to be in too in the team event, even if me and Jessica didn't join there.
And gifts and flowers will be presented by LOC Idén.
Well, I think we can see the same here, that even if Spain lost and didn't get the goal, they look, even now, only 5 minutes later, they look pretty satisfied in their faces and know that they made a good match. And sometimes you can just do your best and somebody else beat you anyway. But France here, David Jackson, Robin Gardeur and Joan Pawner maybe. I don't know. My French is maybe not. I didn't get a high grade in the school for my French, so I apologize for the pronunciation there. But they put up a really good fight yesterday and won the bronze medal match, and I think they're well worth the medal after this after the team event. So it's many. I think they thought that they might reach the gold final, but if you see Italy and Spain fighting it out here before, it's there's really no doubt that those are the two best teams.
Yeah.
So I think France can be very, very satisfied to be the bronze medalist here.
Silver medal representing Spain. David Garcia Fernandez.
Now Spain is stepping up to the podium.
Spain takes the silver medal, yes. It's just,
they look pretty happy as well.
I look happy. I think that hat was a good choice in these rainy conditions.
Yes.
I think I'll buy one myself later on.
Yep. As long as the wind doesn't take it.
Well, that's true. That's maybe that's a big sail to handle in this wind.
Yes.
And there we have Garcia. He's going up later on in the individual gold medal match, so he have the chance to win 2 medals. Just as we saw Lina Björklund in the women's event.
Yep.
She got a gold medal there, and she will have the chance to get a bronze.
And gold medal representing Italy. Alfredo Dondi, Eric Esposito, and Giuseppe Seimandi.
And you see the team from Italy stepping up on the highest position on the podium after a really, really good performance. Especially from the longbow archer, I must say. Even if the other made also a solid performance, it was the longbow were true impressive, the most impressive, I think.
I don't think so. You don't see that too often.
Especially on those longer distances. It's hard to tell from the video stream, but the judges really put those pegs on as long as they are allowed, almost on many targets. So it makes things harder for the longbow for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Italy.
And now we will hear the national anthem of Italy.
Well worthy winners and medalists there, I must say.